Hey guys, welcome back to Prosharit Talks Chelsea. And today the topic is Chelsea's defense. Well, let's start from the very beginning. When Thomas Tuchel was the manager of Chelsea Football Club, the backline was solid. It consisted of two primary centre backs. Number one, Thiago Silva. At his age, he managed to deliver a great performance, and his partner was Antonio Rudiger, who was kind of a beast in defense. The fullbacks were Marcos Alonso and Reece James slash Cesar Azpilicueta. The backline was solid, and we won the Champions League final against Manchester City in 2021 because of that defense, because it was so solid. No one could pass, and we had a great goalkeeper in Edouard Mendy. Unfortunately, his spell at Chelsea was for a very short time, so it didn't work out as planned. Let's jump straight forward to the Blueco era when Todd Bowley and ownership took over. Antonio Rudiger left, Marcos Alonso left, Azpilicueta left, Thiago Silva played for one season only, and our backline was shifted to Wesley Fofana, Reece James, Marc Cucurella, and Levi Colwill. And in the back, in the goalkeeper, we had Robert Sanchez because Edouard Mendy also left. Since then, for the entirety of 3 seasons, our defense has been a mess. We were easily run by, and people were not scared of our defense. Like even teams like Southampton, who was going to be relegated in the 23-24 season, uh, scored past a goal, and that was really embarrassing. And it was Romeo Lavia. Ironical, isn't it? And since then, it just got worse somehow. Except for Levi Colvin, I don't think the primary centre back partnership is there in Chelsea squad at all, even now. And for 2 seasons straight, because of our defense, we have been losing games left, right, and center. We would lose easy leads, we would lose early leads. Let's say if we were 2 nil up, we would somehow manage to lose the game 3-2 after 90 minutes because of our defense. I don't think our attack has been that bad because our numbers are good. We are in the top 5 in the Premier League in terms of scoring goals. So our defense is also our attack is not also not the problem. Our midfield is solid. However, it doesn't get support from the defense because midfield is only complete when they get a proper support from the defense. If they play out from the back, know how to pass the ball, don't know how to knows how to protect the midfielders. A defender's job is really important. It not only clears out any attackers from the wings or from the front, but it orchestrates somehow. I believe that having a solid backline is instrumental for a team to succeed at the highest level. Chelsea, in terms of defense, I don't think they are even mid-table. I think they belong to the teams who play in the Premier League in the 15th to 20th position. Like that, they have their defense structured. So it's a really matter of concern. Now, since Xabi Alonso came in, we are now looking at a change in formation in the pre-seasons, and sometimes we used the old formation in case of Pochettino, Graham Potter, and who was the manager? Enzo Maresca, who played as a back. He played with a back four. Yeah, Marc Cucurella and Reece James were class, but as I say, they were not getting support from the centre backs. The centre backs have to be solid. Colwill was injured the whole season, the whole of 25-26 season, so he didn't create any impact. Our defenders were Chalobah, Tosin, Badiashile, and Fofana. I mean, those names, they don't even play international football, and still, as a whole on paper, it looks weak too. So, yeah, I don't know why we signed Tosin Adarabioyo from Fulham, even though he was for free and primarily he was like Premier League experience, but I don't see any kind of experience from him. And Wesley Fofana, coming to Wesley Fofana, he's all half the time injured. He didn't play the 23-24 season, didn't play the majority of 24-25 season, played the 25-26 season a bit more than before, but didn't really create an impact because he made foolish mistakes, committed various fouls, and it didn't work out. Now coming to Xabi Alonso, we are planning to implement a back five, actually a back three with two wing backs. Thomas Tuchel succeeded with using Marcos Alonso and Reece James as wing backs, and we had a centre back partnership of Azpilicueta, Thiago Silva, and Antonio Rudiger. It worked and it won us the Champions League, and we were doing well in the Premier League too. Now, since Xabi Alonso came in, we signed Palestra, a right wing back, but can play on the left. But we lost Marc Cucurella. Currently, our our defenders are Levi Colwill and Maxence Lacroix. Now, Maxence Lacroix is was a great defender. He's a great defender. He's 26 years old, plays for France. At first played in Wolfsburg, then came to Crystal Palace where he hit his peak. So, and he is deemed to be one of the best centre backs in the Premier League. So I'm really excited to see Levi Colwill and Maxence Lacroix together in the partnership. Palestra is, as I have seen in the preseason games, he's shining. He's showing good signs, but he's primarily playing on right wing back. And I don't think if Reece James is fit, Palestra plays, but I think he can sometimes fill in as a substitute. I told you that we needed a left back, and I think we will be getting a left back soon because, according to Fabrizio Romano and Matteo Meretto, from the reports, it says that Pep Chavaria is closing in on joining Chelsea. Apparently, Chelsea and Rayo Vallecano have agreed a fee. Now, I'm trusting Pep Chavaria because Xabi Alonso really likes him and trusts him. So I believe he can be a good replacement for Cucurella. Although he doesn't play for the Spain national team, I think he can be a solid buy. Now, to improve the defense, I always suggest we need another centre back, a top centre back. We need to get rid of Tosin, Chalobah, Badiashile, and Axel Disasi. We can keep Fofana for another season, see how he does, but I don't think he is just Chelsea level. I don't think he can fulfill the long-term roles in Chelsea respectfully. So we need a top centre back, and primarily we are looking for, hopefully we look for an experienced centre back in his prime or in his 30s, like who has a bit of experience, like Gomez or John Stones, kind of that. However, John Stones went to Inter Milan, that's a different story. But I hope that we strive this season because ultimately defense wins you championships, not your attack. So with the attack, with the midfield, with the defense, and also coming to defense, we need a strong number one goalkeeper because Robert Sanchez, to me, is kind of a nervy goalkeeper. I don't think whenever he gets the ball, I feel nervous as a fan looking at him. And we cannot play from the back as a whole defensive unit. We cannot play from the back. So I hope that Xabi Alonso really works on this and we get a new centre back and a goalkeeper as priorities. So yeah, that's it for today. See you tomorrow.